A new study reveals that GPT 4.5, GPT standing for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, which is a type of AI model designed to understand and generate human-like text, is so convincing that people mistake it for a human. Welcome to the future of AI. What's going on, everybody? It's Professor Zeus, and I'm back with another video. Just want to say thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I greatly appreciate it. If this is your first time at the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. We're taking it the humble route. Guys, imagine speaking to somebody online and not being able to tell if you're talking to a person or a computer. So that's what happened in the new study from the University of California, San Diego, right? Researchers found that a super smart computer program called the GPT 4.5, made by OpenAI, you know my man Sam Altman, we've talked about him numerous times, has fooled people into thinking it was a real human. You got another program, Meta's Llama 3.1 4050B, Meta, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and all those good people did pretty well too, right? And this is a huge deal because it means computers, AI specifically, are getting so good at talking that they might be as convincing as you or me, right? So let's break down what this study did, what this study found, where the idea came from, what they learned, and what it can mean for all of us. So the Turing test, right? The Turing test is like a game to see if a computer can act human enough to trick people. And it was invented by this scientist named Alan Turing back in 1950. He was a math genius. He helped create some computers, and his idea was pretty simple, right? Put a person in a room, let them type messages to two hidden friends, one a real human, one a computer, and see if the person can guess which one is which, right? If the person can't tell the difference, that means the computer wins, right? It's acting so human that it essentially passed the test, right? So for years, right, this test has been a big goal for a lot of people who are building AI because, it's not necessarily perfect, but some say, it's more about faking it than being truly smart. But it's still a really fascinating and intriguing way to check how good your whatever AI you're building is good enough to talk like us, right? Now, the University of California, San Diego, the team set up an interesting experiment, right? They had people chat online for about 5 minutes with two partners like Alan Turing did with his original test. One a real person, one an AI. The twist that people don't know which one is which, obviously, right? So after the chat, they had to guess which one was human. So they tested 4 AI models. You had GPT 4.5, you had Llama 3.1 4050B, you had an older open AI model called GPT-4.0, and then you had a really old chatbot, really old chatbot named Elisa, which is from the 1960s, right? Sometimes, the AIs get no special instructions. They just, speak, right? Other times they were, given a specific prompt to act like a specific type of person, like, a shy young adult who loves YouTube, Twitter memes, different things like that. This was essentially to see if giving them a personality helped them sound more human. And, the results are really interesting. When GPT 4.5 was told to act like a person, people thought it was human 73% of the time. And that's way more than just guessing, and even better than how often they picked the real human, right? With Llama 3.1, that did okay too. It was getting picked as human about 56% of the time. About the same as actual people. Now, the other AIs like GPT-4.0 and Elisa, they didn't do so great. A lot of people were easily able to figure them out. Now, the people in the study were judging based on little things, right? Like if the chat was feeling too friendly or funny, GPT 4.5 nailed or got a lot of the stuff right when it had a personality to emulate, right? And it turns out humans aren't always great or good at spotting the real humans either, right? Which just shows you how tricky these AIs are getting. Should I say tricky, or should I say how advanced these AIs are getting? Now, obviously, this study is a big moment. It's the first time. An AI like GPT 4.5 has officially passed the Turing test in the manner that this test was experimented. So what's essentially next, right? It's exciting, but it's also a little scary. And you guys know on this channel, we're extremely pro AI, but we're cautious. You guys can look at all the videos that I've made so far on this channel speaking up about AI, the race for the best AI, all those different things, right? So, this is a little scary, right? So here's the good and the bad of AI essentially getting this smart that humans can't tell which one is which. Imagine calling a helpline, right? And then you get GPT 4.5 on the phone instead of a real worker, a real person to help you, cross whatever situation you're going through. It can answer fast and it'll probably sound nice on the phone, saving time and money for business. You if you're feeling lonely, this AI could essentially be, just a buddy or somebody you can just talk to online, or even help children, right? Learning by, speaking like a teacher, right? And then if AI can talk this well, it could help scientists or writers come up with stuff way faster, right? Now, on the flip side, people who answer phones or help customers might lose work if AI takes over these chats, right? Anytime you call customer service, anytime you speak to any of these people on the phone, if AI gets so good that they replace it, these people are out of a job. Now, also, if AI sounds this real, a lot of nefarious and bad people can use it to trick people, like to pretending to be like your grandma, pretending to be a friend of yours, just to steal money. And then if computers can act so human, will we start, wondering what's real in our friendships, or when we're online talking to our friends? How are we going to know which one is real? And the study is showing, right, that we are in a new world, and you guys can see it in my old videos. We are in a completely new world where computers don't just help, they can almost be one of us. GPT 4.5 being able to pass the Turing test with that high of a mark, this is an extreme wake-up call. And it's like all my AI videos are wake-up calls, even though we're pro AI. It can make life extremely easier and more fun, but we'll need a lot of rules and regulations to stop a lot of the bad stuff like scams or confusion from happening. Alan Turing, he dreamed of, machines that could speak like humans. Now that it's happening, it's really up to us to figure out how to live like, not even how to live like, how to live with these super smart AI speakers. Are they just tools, or are they something more completely? That's the big question now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Share this video with someone who might see some value in it. Hit that like button. Hit the notification bell so you always get notified when I drop a new video. Subscribe. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. And guys, never forget, it's you and I verse information, application, execution. Until next time.